Subscribe Taneja Classes and press the bell icon for latest updates.
Hello everybody, welcome to Taneja Classes. Myself Sagar Taneja. Today we are going to start a new topic, but before proceeding, I must tell you that I am going to post full lectures on this YouTube channel and it is your responsibility to exploit this opportunity. So let us start today's topic. Today we are starting this topic, linear equation in two variables. Let me tell you first the meaning of this topic. Linear equation means the equation where we have to use degree 1. For example, here I have written the standard form of linear equation. Here see the value, or you can say the power of x and y is only 1. So the degree is 1. And the second condition that we have to fulfill is, here we are using two variables, so there should be two variables. See, x first variable and the y second variable we have used. So now why we have written two equations? Because there are two variables, so there is a condition that there should be two equations so that we can solve the value of x and y. So let us start the first topic of this chapter, that is how to solve equations graphically. So let us take these two equations and we are going to solve these two equations graphically. So let us start by writing first equation, x minus 2y is equal to 0. Now we have to take out any value of one variable. So I am taking out the value of x. X is equals to this minus 2y. When we'll shift to RHS, it will become positive 2y. Now we have to put the values of y to get the values of x. So we'll take only two values of x, y, so that we can get two values of x. So let us make a table right here, that when we have put the value of y 0, at that time the x was also 0. When we have put the value of y 1, at that time the value of x was 2. Let us take the second equation, 3x plus 4y is equal to 20, that is given here. So again taking y, 4y to that side will become 20 minus 4y. After that you have to take that 3 also, so that we can solve the value of x later on. So now start putting the values. Put y is equals to, we can take, so I am taking that number so that it will be divisible by 3. So for now I am taking y is equal to 2. So x is equal to 20 minus 4 multiplied 2 upon 3. It will be equals to 20 minus 8 upon 3 is equals to 12 by 3, and it will be equals to 4. Now again I am putting the value of y. Now let us take y is equals to minus 1. So just by putting y equals to minus 1, we'll get this as answers. 20 plus 4 by 3, it will be equals to 24 by 3, and it will be equals to 8. So let us make the table for this, the values of x and y on different conditions. See, here we have taken the value of y 2. At that time the value of x was 4. Later on we have taken by minus 1. Then the value of x was 8. Now the main question arises, why I have taken these values 0, 1, 2 and minus 1. Why I have taken these values? There can be any other number also. Yes, you can take any other number, but your answer will be in decimal. In decimal also you can show here. It is your choice whether you want to show in decimal or you want to use a whole number like this, 8, 4. My answers are only whole numbers, 2, 1. So it's your choice. Now let us plot these points on graph. So let us plot the points. Here the value of x and y is 0, that's why here it will come 0. Then the value of x is 2, value of x is 2, and at that time the value of y is 1. So 2 and 1, that is this. So in this way we can draw the line here to get the. So here with the help of only two solutions we have drawn the line here. We have plotted the points and we have drawn the line. Now let us take these 2 points at when x was 4, at the same time y was 2. See, the x is 4 here and the y is 2. So this is our first point. X is 4 and y is 2. After that, when x is 8 and y is minus 1, x is 8 and y is minus 1. So this is our second point. So let us meet these 2 points. So after plotting we got 2 lines. One is this is representing this equation, x minus 2y. We can write over here that this line representing x minus 2y is equal to 0, and the second line is representing 3x plus 4y is equal to 20. In this way we can show. So this is the graphical method, and this is one of the easiest method to represent the equations on a graph. Now with the help of this we can find the value of x and y also. See here where they are intersecting. Here the value of y is 2, and here the value of x is 4. So we got x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 2. This is the way to solve to get the value of x and y with the help of graphical method. So first question we have completed, and with the help of graphical method we got x as 4 and y as 2. So we are going to do 2 more questions with the help of these two. With the help of other 2 questions, I am going to conclude 2 or 3 points that we will use in our next exercise. Now we have taken 2 equations, another 2 equations. So let us solve these 2 equations also by graphically. So let us solve fast. 2x plus 3y is equal to 9. So just by taking this plus 3y to that side, it will become minus 3y. After that we can take this 2 also to that side. It will be like 9 minus 3y upon 2. Now we have to take the values of y. I have taken first value as 0. So it will be equal to 9 minus 3 multiplied by 0 upon 2 will be equal to 9 minus 0 by 2 will be equal to 9 by 2 and 4.5. So we got the answer of 4.5. Take y equals to minus 1. Again I am taking here 9 minus 3 minus 1 upon 2. So 9 plus 3 upon 2 will be equal to 12 by 2, and it will be equal to 6. So in this case we can make the table as x and y. When the value of y was 0, at that time the value of x was 4.5, and after this now we have calculated that when value is minus 1, at that time the value of x is 6. So first table is complete. Now proceeding to solving the second equation. So let us take 4x plus 6y is equal to 18. It will be equal to 18 minus 6y, the same way that we have done here. I am skipping this step. I am writing directly 18 minus 6y upon this. Let us take the value 1 here. So it will be equal to 18 minus 6 into 1 by 4. 18 minus 6 by 4 will be equal to 12 by 4, and ultimately it will be equal to 3. After that, so let us take another value. Y is equal to minus 1. X is equal to 18 minus 6 minus 1 upon 4. Ultimately the answer that we will get will be equal to 24 by 4, and it is 6. So let us make another table. See, the method is very easy. Only little practice is required. When the value of y is 1, at that time x is 3. When value of y is minus 1, at that time the value is 6. So let us plot these on graph. Just after plotting we will get this result. So let us draw the points first. X 4.5. So x 4.5 is here and y is 0. So the point will be this only. After that x 6 and y minus 1 minus 1. So it is this. We can draw the line. So let us plot these 2 points also, x3 and y1 and x6 and y minus 1. So see, a new equation it is, a new type it is. 3, by plotting these 2 points we got this line, and by after plotting these 2 points also we got the same line. These lines we can say that they coincide. For example, I can say that this line and the other equation is also representing the line on this line. We call these, the 2 lines are coincident lines. Okay, so first equation is also representing the same line, 2x plus 3y is equal to 9, and second equation is also representing the same line, 4x plus y 6y is equal to 18. So we can say at this point of time both the lines coincide. Why it is they are coincident lines? See the reason behind it. See the equations. See the first equation, 2x plus 3y is equal to 9, this one, and see, take 2 common from this equation, it will be equals to 2, take 2 common, 2x, and here 3y. I have taken 2 common from both the terms, and here it is 18, so it can be cancelled. See the equation is same, 2x plus 3y is equal to 9, 2x plus 3y is equal to 9. That's why the solution of both the equations are on the same line. Okay, now let us go to the third equation. Now again we have taken the third equation, that is x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0 and 2x plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. Now again we are going to take out two solutions of both the equations, then we are going to plot the points in the similar manner. Okay, so first of all let us take the equation. Now I am going to solve it fast a little. See, the 4 and 2y will go to right hand side, the sign will get changed. Now let us put the value of y to get the value of x. First value we got, now put the value of y1 and get the value of x. So we can make the table out of this. See the value of x, it was 4 when we have let the value of y 0, then 1y and x 2. So after this we can plot the points, but before this let us solve the second also. 2x plus 4y minus 12 is equals to 0. Let us write 12 minus 4y upon 2. Put y equals to 0. I'm writing it 0 by 2, 12 minus 0 by 2, it will be 12 by 2, ultimately it is equals to 6. After that let y is equals to 1, then it will be equals to 12 minus 4, in place of y we have to let the value 1, then this, after subtracting we will get 8, and after dividing we will get 4. Let us draw the table again. 4, another x and y. Now x, when x 6 and 0, again 1 and 4. These are our final values. So let us plot these values on the graph and let us see the relation between these two equations. Now here it was 4, so 4 and 0, the first value is 4 and 0, 4 and y is 0, so let it be the point. Then 2 and 1, x2 and y1. So this is our line. We can join these 2 points. So it can be represented as this. Now see the next 2 points. X is 6 and y is 0. X 6, that is this, and y is 0. So this is the point. Then x is 4 and y is 1. X is 4 and y is 1. So this is our second point. So let us draw the line, the second line also. Now see, this was our first line, and first line is representing this equation, x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0, and the second equation is 2x plus 4y minus 12 equals to 0. Now see, both the lines are parallel. It means these two lines will never gonna intersect each other, and that's why in this type of equation will not find any solution. So we have done three type of equation. The first one where the lines intersect each other, the second where the lines were coincide, and the third is where the lines are parallel. Now we are going to conclude some things. Now see, we have three types of solutions we have done. The first where the lines intersected, the second where the lines were coincident, and the third where the lines were parallel. Here we can get one solution where the lines will intersect. In my first question you can see again, repeat it again, rewind it again fast and see what I have done in that question. In that question I have done like this, where the lines intersected. Here we have written the value of x and y. Here whatsoever is the value of x, this will be your answer. Whatsoever is the value of y at this point, this will be your answer. After this, in this coincident lines, see here, there is only one common solution. At only one point the line was intersecting, that's why we got only one answer, one value of x and one value of y. But here at each and every point, the first line is this and the second line is on this line, that's why on each and every point is common. Okay, if you will put any value of x in the equations, then you will get the value of y that will be same in both the equations. For example, we have two equations. If you will put the value of x here, you will get the value of y. If you will put the same value of x here, you will get the same value of y in the second equation. It never happens, but it only happens with the equation which are forming coincident lines, because here both the lines are on each other, one line and the second line on each other. That's why all the points are intersecting. The third is parallel. Here there is no common solution, that's why we are not able to find any solution in this type of equation. Okay, this is all about graphical method. Now what I have written here, see, a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2, c1 upon c2, comparing ratios, graphical representation and algebraic interpretation. Now see this, from where this a1 a2 come. A1 is the coefficient of x and a2 is the coefficient of x in second equation. b1 is the coefficient of y and b2 is also the coefficient of y of first and second equation. Then c1 and c2 are two constant terms of both the equations. Now we have to compare we have to find the ratios of a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 and c1 and c2. Okay, after finding the ratios we have to compare them, then we have to interpret our results thereon. Okay, see, this was our first equation that we have done at the first chapter. Students, just listen carefully. This is our first equation, this is the second equation that we have solved, and this is the third equation that we have solved. See, in this equation now I am going to tell you algebraic interpretation. See, first algebraically a1 upon a2 we have taken, so the coefficient of x is 1, so it will be equals to 1 upon 2, and b1 upon b2 is equals to minus 2 upon 4. Just by reducing it we will get minus 1 upon 2, and here the c1 is 0, here c2 is minus 20, so it will be 0 upon 20 will be equal to 0. Or see, here it is 2 upon 4, so I can write 2 upon 4, or I can write reduced form, that is 1 upon 2. After that 3 upon 6, it will also be equal to 1 upon 2, and here minus 9 upon minus 18 will also be equal to 1 upon 2. Here it is 1 upon 2, here 2 upon 4 is also 1 upon 2, and here 4 upon 12, minus 4 upon minus 12 will be cut down, and it will be equal to 1 by 3. Now just compare it. See, the first and second ratio is not equal, so we can write here a1 upon a2 is not equals to b1 upon b2, and here all the three ratios are exactly same. a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2, and here the first two ratios are same, and the last ratio is not equal. Now in our first equation, what we got? In our first equation, when we have made the graph, at that time we got the intersecting line. So we can say graphically we have done this. So we can write here intersecting lines, and we call it unique solution. Means we got only one value of x and one value of y. In the second equation, what we have concluded that in this, see, by comparing the ratios, all the ratios are equal. It was possible in the second equation, it was possible. I have shown you also by taking 2 common. At that time I have shown you also that all the ratios are equal, both the equations are completely equal. That's why we got here coincident line, one line, then on this the other line, that is coincident lines. Okay, this we have discussed already. Now what we call it? We call it infinitely many solutions. After this is the case, this is the third case where a1, a2 and b1, b2 are equal, like this, both are equal. But when we will compare the third ratio, then here it is equal and here it is not equal. In this case we got parallel lines. The last question that we have done, it was of parallel lines. Okay, now what we can conclude from this, that no solution is not possible because the lines are not intersecting at any point. There should be one common solution, so that we can say that here it is unique solution, we got only one value. Here we can get infinitely many values because both the lines are on each other, and after this here the lines are not intersecting at all, even once. That's why we have written that we got here no solution. Now in both of these, solution is possible. Here the solution is not possible. That's why it is known as inconsistent pair of linear equation, and these two are known as consistent pair of linear equation. I can write here these two, we can say that it is consistent pair of linear equation. For this we can say inconsistent pair of linear equation. So this table is very important, or we can say that in this the first case was intersecting lines and we call it unique solution, and it is also known as consistent pair of linear equation. Then the second where the ratios, first two ratios, 3 of the ratios were equal, here it is coincident lines, okay, graphically, and we call it infinitely many solution. We can get many solution out of it. That's why both the things are known as consistent pair of linear equation. Okay, and here in the third equation, here the first two ratios are equal and the third one is not equal. Here the lines are parallel, and graphically we have done. Okay, after that it is equals to no solution. That will not be able to find any solution if the lines are not intersecting, if there is no common solution. So that's it. Now we will proceed to next topic. Now let us proceed to the next question related to the previous table that we have just discussed. Now see this question. What it is written: compare the ratios and find out whether the lines representing the following pair of linear equation intersect at a point. Will it intersect or are parallel, or both the lines will form coincident lines? So this we have to check. How we have to check? We have not to draw a graph now. We have a shortcut method now, just by comparing the ratios, and it is already written in the question. If it is not written, still you can find out by this method. This is the best method. Let us try out the solution now. Let us find the solution now. See, first of all, this is the first equation, okay, and this is our second equation. We have to compare both the equations by the standard form. See, on comparing with a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. When we'll compare by this, we'll get a1 as 5 and b1 as minus 4 and C1 as 8, A2 as 7, B2 equals to 6 and C2 is equals to minus 9. Let us calculate A1 upon A2. It is 5 upon 7. Let us calculate B1 upon B2. It is minus 4 by 6. It can be cancelled by 2. Will be equal to minus 2 by 3. Here C1 upon C2 will be equals to 8 upon minus 9. It is not cancelable. Now see here the first two ratios. If the first two ratios are not equal, just write this: A1 upon A2 does not equals to B1 upon B2. If the first two ratios are not equal, then there is no need to check whether C1 upon C2 is equal or not. Okay, because in first case it was unique solution, and in unique solution we have to compare only the first two ratios, because only this condition should be satisfied for unique solution. See here, if A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2 sorry, then equation has unique solution, and in the unique solution lines, therefore lines intersect each other. So this is the solution. So this is very easy question. You can try this question from your NCERT, from your RS Agarwal and all. If you have any doubt, then you can post the comments also. Okay, now let us move to the next question related to this. Now we have the other question. See, compare the ratios and find out whether the pair of linear equation is consistent or inconsistent. Recall this point: consistent and inconsistent. Inconsistent in which there is no solution and where the lines were parallel. Okay, so there was no common solution. That's why the answer is no solution. Here, inconsistent, we were having two cases. These were first unique solution and second infinitely many solution. In unique solution the lines were intersecting, and in infinitely many solution they were coincident lines. Now see, let us check this. See, this is our question. Now on comparing the equations with the standard form, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. See, while we are comparing this is not written in standard form. 7 should be on left side and 14 also should be on left side, then it will be on standard form. And when 7 will come to sorry, to LHS, it will become minus 7 and this will also become minus 14. So let us write a1 will be equals to 3 by 2 and b1 is equals to 5 by 3 and c1 is equals to minus 7. In the same way, a2 is equals to 9, b2 is equals to minus 10 and c2 is equals to minus 14. Let us take out the ratios. A1 upon A2 is equal to 3 upon 2 divided by 9. 9 will come down 3. So it is equal to 1 by 6. After that, B1 upon B2 is equals to 5 upon 3, this minus 10. It will be equals to minus 1 upon 6. Since first two ratios are not equal, so there is no need to check for C1 upon C2. So let us write A1 upon A2 is not equals to B1 upon B2. Therefore, equation has unique solution, or we can say it is consistent. So we got the answer. They were only asking for whether the equation is consistent or inconsistent, so the answer is consistent. So this was also easy question. On this basis, we are also now trying to merge both the concepts. We have done this consistent, inconsistent, unique solution, infinitely many solutions and no solutions. This concept we are going to merge with graphical method. Okay. See, we are ready with the next question now. Again, we have to compare the ratios and we have to find whether the pair of linear equation is consistent or inconsistent. If it is consistent, then find the solution or obtain the solution graphically. So both of the concepts we are going to use here. So it's a little bit and fast revision of the concepts. See here, first of all we have to compare the ratios. So on comparing with a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. So a1 upon a2. So or first of all let me write the values. a1 1 and a2 2, b1 1, b2 2, c1 5, sorry minus 5 because 5 we have to take this side so that it can be in the form of standard form, or c2 is equals to minus 10. So let us find the ratio a1 over a2. Clearly it is visible that a1 upon a2 is 1 upon 2 and b1 upon b2 is also 1 upon 2. So first two ratios are equal. Let us check the third ratio whether it is equal or not. So minus 5 upon minus 10 will also be equals to 1 upon 2. So a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 is equals to c1 upon c2. See, three of the ratios are equal. Therefore equation has infinitely many solutions. Therefore it is consistent. Now they were saying if consistent then obtain the solution graphically. Now we have to solve these two equations graphically by taking two solutions of each equation. So this we have discussed already. So this I am sure you can do, and still you have any problem, then again I am saying that you can give the comment and you can ask the question again. I'll give you the video again. This is our next question. Draw the graph of equations x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0 and 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Determine the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. Which triangle they are talking about? Triangle formed by these lines formed by these two equations. Triangle formed by these lines and x-axis. And shade the triangular region and find the area of this triangle. We will do each and every part. Let us start with the solution of these two equations. Let us draw the graph of the equations. So let us start. X minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Taking y and 1 to RHS, the sign will get changed. Now start putting the values. Let y is equal to 0, then x will be equal to 0 minus 1 will be equal to minus 1. Then put again the value of y as 1. So it will be equal to x is equal to y 1 minus 1 and 0. So let us draw the table. X and y. When we have taken the value of y 0, at that time x is minus 1. Afterwards y 1 and x is 0. So we can plot these points on the graph. So let us start solving the second equation. So 3x will be equals to 12 minus 2y and x is equals to 12 minus 2y upon 3. Now put the value of y, let it be 0. X will be equals to 12 minus 2, 0. In place of y will put 0. So 12 minus 0 by 3, clearly it is equals to 12 by 3 equals to 4. Again put y is equals to, we have to take that value so that it can be easily divisible by 3. So I am taking here 3, y is equals to 3. So x will be equals to 12 minus 2, 3 upon 3. 12 minus 6 by 3 will be equal to 6 by 3 and it is 2. So let us draw the table. X and y. Y is 0 and x at that time 4. When y we have taken 3, at that time x is 2. So we can plot both of these points on the graph. So let us plot these points, minus 1 and 0. X minus 1 and y is 0, so the point is this. Then x 0 and y 1, x 0 and y 1. The second point is this. We can join these lines and afterwards we can also plot 4 and 0. 4, x 4 and y is 0. The other point x 2 and y 3, x 2 and y 3. So we can draw this line, and now after plotting these points and these points, we got these lines. These 2 points is representing this equation, x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. So this line is for this equation, and this line has been formed by these 2 points. So this line is representing this equation. 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Now what they are saying, find the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by these lines. See the 2 lines, these lines they were talking about, and the x-axis, these lines and the x-axis. Now we have 3 vertices A, B and C. So let us write the coordinates of A, that is at A point x is 2 and y is 3. So the vertices of A is 2 and 3, and the vertices of coordinates, I am talking about coordinates of A are 2 and 3, and coordinates of B are minus 1 x and y is 0. So minus 1 and 0, and the coordinates of point C is 4 x and y is 0. So these are the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle that they were talking about. This we have done. Now see, we have to shade the triangular region. So this triangular region we got, we can shape by like this, or you can put the dot also, it's your choice, shading. Now find the area of the triangle. Now how to find the area of the triangle? If we want to find the area of the triangle, then there should be a height. There should be a height, that should be a perpendicular. See here, we have a perpendicular line. Okay, and this is our height. See the height is 3 units. So let us write height is equal to 3 units, and base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, and base is 5 units. So area of triangle ABC is equal to half multiply base multiply height. So half multiply base is 5 and height is 3. So it will be 15 by 2, or we can say 7.5 square units. Why we are writing square units? Because no unit is given in the question, so we have to write the unit. Okay, so we have to write here square unit as it is area. So this question is important from the examination point of view also. See, this graphical method has been clear, this concept has been clear now. Still, if you have any doubt, then you can post your comment, your valuable comments, I must say. So I am waiting for your valuable feedback, and in my next video we will going to start substitution, elimination and cross multiplication method. These methods are algebraical method. With the help of these methods we can solve the equations. So keep watching, keep supporting, and do subscribe the video and share with your friends also. Thank you.